a really powerful thing to be said about masterminding, brainstorming together, is she was just going to just give everybody a call and just say, because it's a leader, it's under a leg where the leader is totally disengaged. She doesn't want to build anymore. Even though she hurried and got herself to elite, she decided she didn't want to do this anymore. So we're trying to go in and work with all of those people that she enrolled and work with them. And so, she was just going to call and just say, hey, you know what, this is who I am. I've worked closely with so-and-so, the person who enrolled you in the past. And, we just wanted to see, we know that you ordered some oils and just see how those are going for you. And just check in with them, just see how it's going, just to try to reconnect and get people engaged and ordering, and I figure she'll probably be leaving a lot of voicemails, and just leave something super simple. Just say, hey, and this is Jen. I'm just calling to check in with you. I know you've been working with Susie, and I just wanted to check in and let you know that I'm a resource for you. If you have any questions, I noticed you've purchased some oils in the past, and just wanted to let you know I'm a resource. And then I was just going to leave a super simple tip about oils and just say, it's springtime. We have a lot of seasonal threats going around. So if you're one of those people that deals with that, 3 drops of lemon, lavender, and peppermint 3 times a day can really help you out with that. Just leave with a little tip, just to try to reconnect, get it in their mind. Oh yeah, oils, I remember those, and just reconnect that way. What things have you guys done to try to re-engage with people, all the people on your team who are not ordering and haven't ordered in a while? Anything? Anyone?
Hey, Jen. The one thing I've been trying to do, especially with local people, is I just invite them back over to my house, or I go to their house and I just take a catalog with me that I'm going to give to them, and I bring my oils, and we just go through, look at the pictures, and I say, hey, have you heard about Barrage? Have you heard about, because I think what happens is they get in a rut of what they're ordering, and they just don't go back to the catalog and leaf through it. And I found that they get excited about some of the products. They start making a list. If you can just reintroduce them to the whole product line and just everything that's out there, I think that really helps to open their eyes about what they could be ordering. Because, and you've heard people say this too, I just don't need any more lip balm. It's like, well, of course you don't need more lip balm, but you haven't even tried all these other things that could be useful for you.
Right. I think that's perfect. I think that's a brilliant idea. I think that's an awesome idea. Just to reconnect. And so, yeah, I would really, everyone get with your builders, or get with, any of your, and you can even do a little meeting with your team and say, look, if you've enrolled people and they're not ordering, they're going to respond far better to you than me. So why don't you reach out to them, show up, set up an appointment, stop by, give them a call, shoot them a text, just see how it's going. And like Dave said, give them ideas, which I love. Any other comments? Okay, so I'm going to talk about helping people bump up their LRP. One thing that we've been doing that has been really successful is just shooting a text to people, because a lot of times people don't answer their phones, and calling is like, so what, 10 years ago we don't call anymore. So texting can be, I think Sydney Gwynn had a really funny meme on her Instagram about, like, phones aren't for calling, they're for texting. Or so I thought it was funny. Sydney, sorry. Anyway, I loved it. But that is one thing we've done, is just shot out a text at the beginning of the month. And I find if I send out the text to my enrollments, that's huge. And if they'll send the texts to their enrollments, et cetera, people respond better. And basically what I've done is just reminded them, remember, if you're doing your 50 PV, you're getting your points, because a lot of times I'll get in and someone's doing 36 or 25 or 49. And I'm like, hey, just do a little bit more and you'll get those points. Or I'll notice that they're doing, so I like to just outline for them, make sure you're doing your 50 so you're getting your points. But I also like to give them the information of the product of the month, and then if there's any promotions going on. So I'm finding that texting can be a useful way to get a hold of people, just to stay connected with them. Obviously a lot of times I think we're focused on getting new enrollments and getting people to class, which is great. But the beauty of this business is it's residual income. And so we want to work with those people that we've also ordered as well, and work on increasing retention, because that's where the true magic of this business is. So one thing that we did last month that worked better is, we've all offered our promotions for ordering for 3 months in a row, but we created 2 different graphics, and I shared it to some of you that you'd be welcome to use with your team. But we created 2 different graphics, and basically they just said order 50 for 3 months in a row on LRP. So we're obviously very strategic about who we offer this to. People who are probably doing like 20 or below. And then you can get, and we did a spring cleaning theme. You can get a GX and a PB assist. And of course, what I like to do is work with the person who, like, I'll help to split it. You know, you can work with your team, is have a couple of people split it. And over 3 months, it's really not that big of a deal, especially if you're getting people back on LRP. And it's a really great opportunity to do what Dave did, show up with a catalog, go through some of the products, and help them create a wish list of things that they want to be ordering, and getting them re-excited and engaged about the products again, which is huge. Because this is a feeling thing. It's not, you know, like Scott says, it's not a logical thing. It's how you feel, and people start to get excited again about some of the stuff that's come out. And then we had some people who hadn't been ordering. I said, here's 2 options. If you want to hop back in and do 50 PB on LRP for the next 3 months, here's what you're going to get. And it showed them a picture. If they wanted to do 100 for the next 3 months, they would get a Virage skincare set and the spring cleaning, you know, because it was a cleaning theme. So I really do want to hear what promotions you guys have used to get people to either bump their LRPs up, or to get them to order, period. Because I'm always looking for new ideas. We've done pain-free summer before. So if they did 100 PV on LRP for 3 months, they got like a lemongrass, deep blue, aroma touch, and past tense. I can't remember exactly, but it was something that, you know, and I realize pain-free, we have to be careful of the wording we use now. But we did, you know, we tried to theme it to the summer. But it helped to get people to ordering again. What promotions have you guys done, or do you have any ideas? I'm always looking for good ideas of promotions that we can offer to help people get on LRP.
Jen, this is Jeanette. I was just thinking that if we can just get everybody on the vitamins.
Yeah.
The vitamins. And if they order the vitamins and 1 or 2 oils every month, there's their 100 PV. So helping them understand the value of feeling well all the time.
Right. And I think that's huge. And that's, you know, that's a good thing to remember, is if you can, it's like sorry. My father-in-law is trying to FaceTime me, but it's really because he wants to talk to my son. But if you can get people excited, like let's say that you do a lot on Facebook or Instagram, or, you know, you do a lot of webinars, is talk about the products that you want people ordering, or talk about the products that you're going to be giving away so that people become excited about them. I think that's huge. And getting people on the lifelong vitality is huge, especially since they're going to be going back to a formula that's very similar to the one that they just left a year ago. So they're going to be going back to the one that people really liked, which I'm excited about. But what other promotions have you offered? I know Julie Driggs has done some. Julie, do you want to share some of the things that you've tried and what's worked well for your team? Julie? Okay. Well, what I would do is if you guys email me, if you come up with anything good, let me know, because I really do like the power of group brainstorming and trying to decide what worked well to help get your team back on LRP. So I'm going to share a really cool promotion that Jessica Iddings shared with me that she did, that literally helped their team go crazy with getting new classes and getting new people there. And it's a little bit of a heavy promotion, so you can obviously scale it back to what you're able to do and what you can afford. Jessica has been buying into Presidential Diamond, so obviously she has a little bit more volume, or a little bit more to work with in terms of what she can offer her team. But basically, when she was doing her classes, she lives in Washington. She was getting people, and Julie's here. Let me finish this up real quick, and then Julie, if you want to share with me real quick some of the promos you've done, that'll be great. So give me just a second. Basically, anybody who enrolled or anybody who ordered. So at the class, anybody who ordered 200 PV and agreed to host a class, she gave them a family physician kit. She's like, Jen, I've never had so many classes in my life. And she's like, and I asked her, I said, are you having problems with getting people to class? And she's like, no, we've had at least 3 people at every single class. 3 to 5 people has kind of been where we've been for every single class. And she's like, we have had so many classes, and we have really brought in some crazy volume this month, which has been really awesome. So I really love that idea. You know, if you have an extra family physician kit lying around, or if you have, and you could create your own thing, but I would create something that really is going to get people excited. to do a class. And of course, we want to keep this so it's duplicatable. So do what works for you, but I would bring something to your class that's really going to excite them. And if it's your personal enrollment and they're enrolling at 200 PV, you're going to get 40 PV. If they're going to do a class, you're going to get some good fast start from that as well. Just to say, okay, anybody who does this is going to get this family physician kit. And you may say, I've got one. So whoever wants to be the first person to take me up on this. But she said it really has just created a huge craze and created crazy amounts of classes. But it also encourages people to enroll. And she does not give them that family physician kit until she shows up at the class to teach for them. Not the class where they enrolled or where they did their 200, but where they actually when she showed up to teach. And she of course worked with them and got them their samples and helped them have a good solid class. So I thought that was brilliant, and it's something that I definitely want to try here, because I have some people that I'm very antsy to do classes because I know that they're in untapped markets and I know that they have friends that would love the oils. And am I willing to do a family physician kit to try to get some killer class in? You betcha. And if you want to use your LRP points to redeem yourself a family physician kit, great. If that's what you want to order on LRP this month, great. I think it's a really great thing to do, just to really create some great classes. So that was a 200 PV class. And if you want the graphic for that, I have it. She sent me what they sent out and it worked really well. And the other thing that I wanted to do is some people, I have a couple of teams that had excellent Aprils. Like, most people, volume was a little bit down. Some people have maybe not hit the ranks they're normally hitting. But I had a couple of teams do really well. And I obviously, whenever I have a team do well, I really want volume to stay strong and steady. Okay, sorry. I know how to get them to be quiet. Anyway, so what I've done is I wanted to create a ticket system, and I wanted to just create just those basic building activities that are going to be good for them, sharing samples, doing wellness consults, booking classes, getting an enrollment, getting somebody on an LRP of 50 or more, they get a ticket. For every, I just pick the activities that I want my team doing, and for everything they do, they're going to get a ticket. And at the end of the month, I'm going to do a raffle. And then I'm going to do, something like, I've got one business builder, the lady I'm going to do this with owns a spa. So, it helps her for me to get traction into her business. I'm going to give a gift certificate to the spa for one person on their team, and to get more tickets into when this spa gift certificate, they just need to be doing those business building activities. So that's something that I'm going to be doing this month with a couple of my legs, and I'm really, really excited about it. Just to get them really motivated. I know a lot of you guys are doing Leader Circle, but Leader Circle, a lot of times the benefits 5 months down the road, which is good, but something more instant gratification can be huge. And some people really thrive on competition and fun things going on. So that's just an idea that I wanted to share. And then moving on so that we can get done, fairly quickly. I wanted to talk about the new thing that I'm going to be doing that I'm excited about. So I don't know if any of you guys follow Melody Watts on my team, Melody Cavino Watts, but she has linked up with a system called Synduit. And it's a really cool thing that Bree and I just met with I don't know if he's the owner of it, but he gave us a preview of what it is. So basically, it is going to be replacing my email system. So I was using Constant Contact, and it is going to replace all of that. And what it does is it does targeted campaigns. It's for me to put in, because I don't want to reach out to everybody on my team. I want to reach out to my first 5 levels. And then beyond that, obviously, you guys are reaching your first 5 levels. But I think if we work together, and part of the name is Synduit, and the SYN part of it is synergy. Working together, it's going to be huge. We're going to be able to create big things together. But it's doing a lot of online campaigns, and they have beautiful graphics, and they have writers that work for them. So you'll get them the information that you want to start passing out, or that you want to be getting going, and they make it look really good, and they make it sound really good, which is huge. Because for me, I'm not a graphic designer. I hate when I need to come up with something that looks good because it overwhelms me. And I always overanalyze how I word things. I'll have a really great message, but it's like, man, is what I'm saying really is it good? Well, they can help you work on that. And again, for me, or if you guys want to opt into this, it's $29 a month for a mailing list of 2,500. So it's very, very inexpensive. For me, that's $30 less than I was paying for my Constant Contact anyway. And so I'm really excited about it. And you can also opt people into different drip systems. So for example, if you have a new business builder starting out, And I have access to a lot of really cool material on there. Again, this is a synergy thing. And so you can opt into what other people have created, but, or you can create your own and work with your builders on it. But for example, I can create a welcome letter with beautiful graphics, embedded videos in it, etc., to send out to my new builders. And then it sends them, for me, I have my 6 weeks to Elite program pre-recorded, and I have requests for that all the time. I can now put somebody into an email, and they're going to get that pre-recorded information that I have. And on once a week or however often I want it, they're going to get that information, but it looks really good. And that's the beauty of it, is it looks really awesome. Like, let's say that you wanted to do an online class and you really want everybody on your team to be advertising the same thing. They've got really great graphics to make it look great. They've got good wording. It's just a really great way. It's like an email system and social media all wrapped into one. And I'm going to have the guy, his name's Jared. He's going to be doing a preview for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. It's a free preview. You can look at it, see what it is. And it's amazing. And you guys are welcome to opt in or tap into my materials that I have, or you can upload your own things. You can upload your own training materials, welcome letter, whatever it is that you have, and be working as a team together. So it's awesome. And so let's say that you really want to use my Train to Elite that I have, that system that helps people figure out how to hit Elite. You will opt in, you can put your people into that, but it looks like it's coming from you, which is awesome because, like I said before, people are going to respond the best to you. So if they see that the email is coming from you, that's great. So it looks like it's coming from you. It's got your picture on it. It's got all the information that you want to start your new builder. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. And I love the fact it's actually half the cost of what I was paying for a crappier system. So if you've been using things like MailChimp, Constant Contact, there's a lot of different programs out there. This is going to be incredible. And again, Jared is going to do a free webinar for me, and he can actually do a screen share with you and show you all the different programs they have. And I'm going to be uploading my information so that you guys can see exactly how it's going to help you and benefit your team. But if you're able to just plug people in and they're getting a really professional looking training system from you, and you can plug them into your trainings. If you have certain videos that you want everybody to watch, he'll embed that into their email for you. So you can put the information in they want. You get them the info, they do all the work and make it look awesome. So
this is actually a really great program for those of you that don't have an assistant. It might kick me out of my job actually, but it's really great for those that don't have an assistant that really need someone to help them. I think it's worth every penny, and it's going to make it a lot easier as a team to be able to all be on the same program and be able to use. You can even share events and things and just edit them the way that you need them edited for you specifically. So it's really a great program.
Yeah, like if you see that I have a flyer that I love for an event, you can use that flyer and put your info in. So it's awesome. So again, and I don't make any money on this whatsoever. This is just me saying, you guys, this is really cool. So I'm really excited about that. So be on the lookout for that webinar, and then you guys can pass that info on to your team. So I'm super, super pumped, and I'm gonna try to see if he can even, Bree is having a baby like in the next 4 weeks sometime. So I would like to see if he can do it at the beginning of May for you guys. I'll be in Europe, but I would like to see if he can, so we can get that going. And then, okay, so my change is coming up. As you guys know, I have been doing weekly webinars and weekly product trainings, and I want to rebrand, not rebrand, but just get people excited again. And I also feel like, there's some weeks that there's only a few people on. And I'm a big believer of let's do activities that are income producing, that are helping our businesses grow. So I'm going to be changing things up. So I am pretty sure, this is what I'm not 100% sure on, that I'm going to be ditching Meeting Burner. And I'm going to start changing everything to a Zoom format because I love the power of meeting together. I also have the ability to share my screen this way. But what I want to do is I am not going to have a weekly training anymore. So in the past, I've been doing a training every single Monday morning at 10 a.m., like a business training. And a lot of it is, you guys have been listening to me for how many years now? It gets a little bit monotonous. So because I'm going to be tapping into the Synduit and having like really great automated trainings that you can just send out to your team that looks super, super professional and well put together, that is what I'm going to be utilizing more for my training. But I do want to do a once a month kickoff. So I want to do a business building meeting the first Monday of every month on Zoom. So I'm not going to be doing Meeting Burner. Meeting Burner has been a problem for a lot of people. The recording may not work right. You may not be able to share your screen. It's just a pain. So I love Zoom. So I'm going to be most likely be getting rid of that Meeting Burner. Doing Zoom and just doing a once a month team kickoff, like as a team. And then I want to do a monthly product training. This is where I did want your ideas and your brainstorms on it as well. So for those of you who have been doing my weekly webinars with me, you're now off the hook. So I know some of you will be really excited about that. They haven't been your favorite thing to do. So now we're not going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing the first Monday of every month. I'm going to be doing that monthly, healthy living essentials, business building, once a month training. And then the first Tuesday of the month, I am going to be doing my launch, like ready, set, launch your business. So it's going to be, I called it the beginner boot camp before, but I find when I rename things, people get excited about it again. So, and you guys, I realize some of you guys are already have your own systems and do what's working and it's working well for you. That's great. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing and you're more than welcome to join in. But I'm just going to have my weekly, or my once a month, every Tuesday, I'm going to have, and I'm going to be doing it live on Zoom. I'm going to share with people how to start their business. And I'm going to just show the systems that I personally use, that I like the best for me and my builders. And you guys are welcome to send your people to that. So I'm going to be tapping them in, showing them, because I do love the Edge system. And it applies for if you guys like Share Success, it's the same idea. The idea is I'm going to show people you need to get a wellness consult. You need to have a business overview. I love Fast Track Planner. And I love the My Daily Edge. So I'm going to show people that, show them how to use their business. And then I'm going to plug them into my automated system with the Train to Elite, that's a 6-week program. So that way they are, let's say you have a new builder that signs up, just say, hey, you know what, in 2 weeks, there is a really great training system that I'm going to plug you into. Just show up on this Zoom call. You can ask questions. It's going to be a question and answer as well. She'll do a presentation, show you how to get started. And then there is a question and answer. So I like this format because it's duplicable. It's once a month, so that way your people can always be starting. If you guys want to use my Zoom and do your own for your own team, that's great. This really is your business. I just want to be here to support you. And I do want to have some tools and resources that I'm using so you're not feeling like you're on your own. So that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to get away with the monthly business training. We're going to get away from the weekly product training. We are going to focus more, Bree and I, on, and this is where we are going to be using the Synduit, is it actually gets rid of something like Hootsuite that does your automatic, like if you're doing business on like Instagram or Facebook and you want to publish weekly or daily tips, this will automatically do that for you. It's amazing. So we're going to be working on creating my product page is a place, the Healthy Living Essentials product, as a page where you can get really good tips. So that you're not worried about having someone join in every week. It's just, I feel like a lot of people aren't showing up. It's a lot of work, and I would rather have you putting your time and effort into building your business in a way that's going to be more effective for you. So no more weekly product trainings, no more weekly business meetings. We're just going to be using that Synduit a lot more. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, a lot of times I will have people call and ask me questions like, hey, Jen, have you done a booth, or have you done a farmer's market, or have you done this? And for me, to be honest with you, that's not how I've built my business. I think there's great value in them, but I may not be the best person in the world to talk to. But I'm always like, but so-and-so does a ton of these. So I don't know if I were to put together, and this is maybe where you guys would want to step in and help, maybe not. And it's okay either way. But, this is just totally brainstorming. Want your opinion, is once a week, do a Zoom chat and have a topic where there's just a leader that discusses it. And I may reach out and say, hey, you know what? I know you're really good at working with spas. Would you be willing to lead a discussion? You don't have to have anything prepared, just lead a discussion for anybody interested in approaching spas, and then this will be a group for anyone who wants to work with spas. And then maybe the next week it will be people who really want to figure out how to do booths or vendor events or boutiques or whatever you call them. And then have a person who I know is really good at those booths lead that discussion, and just have that be like a weekly thing. And I would advertise it on the product page, because I want to drive more people to that product page, because as we know, there are not a ton of online resources anymore because of compliance. So I really like the idea of having a place that people can gather together and really learn about the oil. So that's why we're going to really bump up the amount of tips that we're putting on. But I just thought, I don't know what your thoughts are. This would go on the business page because I want to start driving more traffic to that. And some of you have your business groups, and that's fine. I mean, you don't need to send people to mine, but I am going to offer that on mine as well. What are your thoughts on that? So that you could have your people that maybe your team's asking you, someone on your team's asking you a question that you're not an expert on, but you know someone else is. You know, would you want to be able to get them together in a chat and just have them learn together? What are your thoughts?
Jen, I think that sounds like a great idea.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, good. I think that sounds like a great idea because that's one thing I loved about Retreat is being around people and just being able to connect in that way. And I know it's not face-to-face connection, but it's still a way for us to just share ideas and connect in a different way than we can through like a webinar or something.
Right. And you're working together and asking.
Yeah.
Awesome. Other thoughts or opinions or concerns, questions? Anyone else like that idea? Anyone else want to be in on that? Hey, I love masterminding, so I love hearing what other people are doing that's working. Anyone?
Yeah, Jen, I like the idea. I think that, you know, the attendance was kind of down on the weekly, but there were quite a few people who were sharing the links and watching them later. So I think having this be on demand where you just send it out, or I mean, I know you're talking about the Zoom call now, but on the other system, being able to send out trainings that people can watch when they're in the mood to do email and to watch things, I think is going to be real helpful. I think we'll get a lot more people doing it.
Right. So I'm going to tell you about what I'm going to do with that too. I just had, you know, there'd be times where, you know, like someone would get a webinar put together and then 3 people would show up. And so it's kind of like, yeah, you know, and, you know, after every single week, I mean, there's only so many things you can talk about with this business because it's a business of simplicity and duplication. So what I'm going to do is my EO Builder website that I haven't used for a while, I'm going to talk to my neighbor, and by I mean Richard. Hi, Richard. Is going to be talking to my neighbor and about getting my website, just making it look prettier. And it's going to be super simple, but I want to password protect some of my trainings that I get asked for all the time. So that way, you know, instead of having somebody redo the same webinar on how to do a wellness consult over and over and over and over, we'll have one really good webinar on how to do a wellness consult on my website. And they may be trainings from other teams and other builders that I think have done a really great job. So if you have a training that you want to add to my website so that you can use my website as a resource for your team, you're more than welcome. The one requirement is from compliance is that we have our videos password protected. So that's why I'm going to do that. And then I'll just have like it will just be some resources like where do you buy sample vials? Where do you buy? So you can send a new builder to this. They can also, I'll have our team events announced on there. So it's going to be simple, easy. So you guys can see the trainings I have coming up. Because a lot of times I'll get messages from you or, you know, some of your leaders saying, hey, do you have a class in the area or do you have a training in the area? So that will be posted to my website so you can see that. And then you can also see, you can just see those trainings so that we're not doing them over and over and over again. And then, you know, we can try a couple of Zoom groups and just see how it goes. If you have people on your team that have been asking you how to do booths, we can do a Zoom on booths, you know. And they'll kind of just be things that I'll advertise. I don't know that I'll do them weekly. I mean, we'll just see how it goes. So I'm not really getting much feedback from you guys. So I'll just kind of just see how it goes. I mean, Bridget likes it, which is good. We like what Bridget thinks too. But just see how it goes. And then, I want to cut back from sending weekly emails, and I'm going to send one email a month. And, you know, your people are welcome to opt in or let me know that they want to be in that email. I also don't want to step on your toes, and I also don't want it to be in a position where people are getting 8,000 emails, you know, from various uplines. So I'm really cutting back what I'm doing one training a month, one business launch a month, one newsletter a month. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to really beef up the information that you can get on both my product support website and my and my business page. So yeah. So that's all I have today. Rich, do you have anything you want to add?
Nope, I think I'm good. Unless was I supposed to add something, Jen?
I put everyone to sleep. No one's responding. I obviously put Maddox to sleep, as you guys can see. But yeah, I just want this to be a good resource for everybody, and just kind of let you know where we're going with things, give you some ideas on promotions. And if you have any ideas of things you want to do for promotions, let me know and we can all share them.
I think as you were talking, I think a good idea, like on the masterminding things, is you can even just make it so that you just rotate through different builders, and or however you want to do this, where they come with a problem or a question for the group that they want help with. Does that make sense? So you assign 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, and it's up to you, if you want to do it. That's going to be the huge thing. Do you guys like meeting together once a month as leaders? I actually really like this, because I feel like that's one thing that has been missing on my team is, I'm watching Josh, it's Sherry Freeman's team in particular is growing like weeds, and they are very well connected. And I feel like those two things are closely related. I mean, she's a Blue Diamond. She's got 2 Blue Diamonds on her. She's got 2 Blue Diamonds on her front line, but then she has 2 diamonds on her front line as well. But she's got some big leaders, but they are all working together and they're all really growing. And just because I think they're masterminding getting together. Do you want to continue doing a Zoom call once a month? That's all it would be. We can kind of go over anything that's concerning, things we have issues with. Is this something that's been helpful for you?
Yes. I'll answer yes. I think once a month is good.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to keep them to 30 minutes. Today, I just wanted to share the Cinduit thing. And anyway, but anyone else? I think everyone else is sleeping.
No, I like it, Jen. I have 2 kids, so I'm trying to stay on mute. But no, I like it. This is
I
good.
want everybody to hear my kids screaming. Or if you're me, do I want everyone to hear me yelling at my kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, okay, so I will do this again. This is the one for May, because I'm going to be in Europe for a couple of weeks on vacation. But I really would encourage you to just do this as a duplication. So do what I've done with your team. Address things that you've got on your team going on. Just really get people working together, and that's going to be huge. So anyway, that's all I have. And Bree sent me a message that she said, I have to go, so we can't record it anymore. She's the one recording this meeting. So I'd love your feedback. Just shoot me a text. Let me know what you think. If you have any other questions, concerns, anything like that. But thank you so much for being on, and have a wonderful day, and have an awesome May.